Carthage, a jewel of the ancient world, commanded vast trade routes and a powerful navy. Its wealth was legendary, its influence undeniable. But this very power sowed the seeds of its eventual destruction. For centuries, Carthage and Rome eyed each other with growing suspicion. Their ambitions clashed across the Mediterranean, leading to a rivalry that would engulf the known world in conflict. The First Punic War erupted over Sicily, a battleground for these titans. Carthage's naval might clashed with Rome's burgeoning legions, setting a brutal precedent for their conflict. Despite initial Roman victories, Carthage endured. The legend of Hannibal Barca, a brilliant tactician, would soon cast a long, terrifying shadow over Rome itself with his daring invasion. Hannibal's impossible march across the Alps with elephants and his army was a testament to his strategic genius and sheer audacity. He brought the war directly to Italy, terrifying Rome. Rome, though shocked, refused to yield. They adapted their strategies, learning from defeats. Men like Scipio Africanus emerged, ready to carry the fight back to Carthage. Scipio took the war to North Africa, forcing Hannibal's recall. The Battle of Zama was a turning point, where Roman discipline finally overcame Punic tactical brilliance. Carthage suffered a crushing defeat. They were stripped of their empire, forced to pay crippling reparations, and their navy drastically reduced. The once mighty city was humbled. But Carthage, against all odds, began to recover economically. This resurgence, though peaceful, rekindled Roman fears of their old rival. The memory of Hannibal's threat was indelible. Roman Senator Cato the Elder became consumed by his fear of Carthage. He famously ended every speech, regardless of topic, with the chilling decree, "Carthago delenda est," Carthage must be destroyed. Fueled by fear and ambition, Rome found a pretext for war. The Third Punic War began, not for territory, but for the complete annihilation of their ancient enemy. The Roman army laid siege to Carthage. The city, though weakened, prepared for a desperate defense, recalling the bravery of their ancestors in the face of overwhelming odds. Carthaginians fought with astonishing valor. Men, women, and children joined the defense, melting down statues and personal treasures for weapons. Every street became a battlefield. The Punic general Hasdrubal, once a formidable commander, found himself trapped with his remaining forces in the citadel, witnessing the desperate struggle and the inevitable collapse. The final Punic forces retreated to the Bursa citadel. For 6 days and nights, they held out in a brutal house-to-house conflict before Roman legions finally broke through. Hasdrubal, facing capture, reportedly fled his men. He sought mercy from Scipio, a stark contrast to the defiant citizens who perished fighting for their home. Accounts suggest Elissa, an influential noblewoman, chose a tragic end, joining her people in defiance rather than witness the fall or live under Roman rule. For 17 days, the Roman army systematically plundered and burned Carthage. Temples, homes, and the very foundations of the city were reduced to ash and rubble. The Romans famously sowed salt into the fields, an act symbolizing their desire to ensure nothing would ever grow there again. The city was utterly erased from the map. Carthage ceased to exist as a major power. Its civilization, its culture, its very identity were brutally extinguished by the relentless ambition of its successor. Scipio Aemilianus, who led the final assault, earned immense prestige. He became known as Africanus, forever linked to the destruction of Carthage and Rome's ultimate dominance. The fall of Carthage serves as a stark historical lesson. Unchecked ambition, relentless fear, and the pursuit of total victory can lead even the mightiest empires to commit terrible acts. Rome established its dominance over the Mediterranean. The destruction of Carthage removed its last major rival, ushering in an era of Roman hegemony, the Pax Romana. The Punic language, unique religion, and distinct Carthaginian identity were largely lost. Roman culture absorbed or supplanted the remnants of this once great Phoenician civilization. The reasons for Carthage's destruction extend beyond simple military defeat. They include deep-seated paranoia, political manipulation, and a Roman desire for absolute control. Carthage's economic power was a genuine threat. Its vast wealth, trade network, and maritime expertise challenged Rome's own burgeoning economic ambitions, fueling Roman animosity. Rome's narrative painted Carthage as a barbaric, ruthless enemy, This propaganda demonized Punic culture, justifying extreme actions in the eyes of the Roman populace and Senate. Carthaginians had a different worldview, shaped by their Phoenician heritage and mercantile focus, rather than agrarian conquest. This fundamental difference likely contributed to Roman misunderstanding and fear. Ultimately, Rome's insatiable imperialistic drive played a critical role. Eliminating Carthage was a strategic necessity for Rome to secure its undisputed control of the Mediterranean world. The destruction of Carthage, while securing Roman dominance, also set a precedent. It demonstrated Rome's capacity for total war and foreshadowed the difficult internal pressures of managing a vast empire. Carthage possessed sophisticated architectural and urban planning. Its destruction meant the irreversible loss of unique Punic design, engineering, and artistic expression. The complex Punic pantheon and its rituals were largely obliterated. While some deities were later integrated into Roman worship, the distinct Carthaginian religious identity vanished. Carthage had a unique legal framework and social structure, influenced by its mercantile elite. The imposition of Roman law and administration fundamentally altered societal norms. Survivors of the destruction scattered, their communities fractured. While some integrated into Roman society, the cohesive Carthaginian identity began to fade into history. Ironically, Rome later refounded Carthage as a Roman colony. This new city, built on the ashes of the old, became a significant Roman metropolis, an enduring echo. The historical narrative of Carthage's destruction was largely written by Romans. This bias shaped how its story was told for millennia, emphasizing Roman triumph and Carthaginian villainy. Despite Carthage's fall, Hannibal remained a symbol of military genius. His strategies were studied, his name a byword for daring campaigns, ensuring a part of Carthaginian legacy persisted. Cato's relentless fear demonstrates the destructive power of political paranoia. It drove Rome to commit an act of extreme violence that historians still debate today. Both sides pushed military innovation during the Punic Wars. Carthage's naval engineering and Rome's logistical prowess, including the corvus, reshaped warfare. The destruction of Carthage exemplifies the brutal realities of ancient power politics. Survival often meant the subjugation or annihilation of rivals, a harsh truth of the era. After its fall, Carthage's valuable port and surrounding lands were exploited by Rome. This wealth contributed significantly to Rome's own imperial expansion and prosperity. The constant threat and devastating wars took a heavy psychological toll on both populations. Generations grew up knowing only conflict and the fear of attack. Historians continue to debate the necessity and morality of Carthage's total destruction. Was it a strategic imperative or a display of excessive Roman cruelty? Despite its obliteration, the story of Carthage's civilization and its epic struggle against Rome embodies remarkable resilience and a fight for survival against overwhelming odds. Elements of Punic culture, particularly maritime knowledge and trade practices, subtly influenced Roman development even after the city's destruction. Their legacy wasn't entirely erased. Rome achieved Mediterranean supremacy, but at the cost of immense bloodshed and the complete obliteration of a sophisticated rival civilization. This victory defined Rome's future. The human tragedy of Carthage's destruction is immense. Thousands perished, families were torn apart, and a unique way of life was brutally extinguished forever. The Roman refoundation of Carthage symbolized the ultimate Roman victory. It was a powerful statement that Rome could not only conquer but also reshape and rebuild according to its own vision. Even today, archaeologists uncover layers of Punic history beneath the Roman city. The ghost of ancient Carthage whispers tales of its existence and tragic demise. The story cautions against hubris, the excessive pride or self-confidence that can lead powerful entities to underestimate rivals or engage in destructive overreach. The successful demonization of Carthage in Roman propaganda highlights how narratives can be weaponized to justify political and military actions, shaping public opinion. Hasdrubal's leadership, though ultimately failing, represents the Carthaginian effort to resist Rome. His final actions and surrender reflect the desperate state of the city's defense. Alyssa's fate, whether a mythical founder or historical figure, symbolizes the tragic end of Carthaginian sovereignty and the sacrifice many were willing to make. Scipio's strategic brilliance in taking the war to Africa and his disciplined tactical execution at Zama were pivotal triumphs that ultimately sealed Carthage's fate. Rome's economic control was absolute. The destruction removed a major competitor and allowed Rome to dictate trade terms, further enriching the Republic and later the Empire. The victory over Carthage significantly forged Roman identity. It proved their martial superiority and their destiny to rule, solidifying their self-image as conquerors. We must remember that most Punic sources are lost. Our understanding of Carthage is filtered through Roman accounts, inevitably shaping perceptions of their conflict and downfall. The Battle of Zama represented the Punic tragedy, the moment their legendary military prowess was finally decisively overcome by Roman organization and battlefield discipline. While Carthage fell, the aggressive Roman actions that led to its destruction contributed to tensions and future civil wars within Rome itself as power dynamics shifted. The destruction of Carthage secured Rome's empire, but it also represents the profound ethical and human cost of absolute power and the relentless pursuit of dominance. Carthage's fiery end urges us to consider the balance between security, ambition, and humanity. What lessons from this ancient tragedy echo in our world today? Share your thoughts below.